Madhavrao Deshpande, and Baba called him Shama. Sham is a black, a pleasing black like Megh Sham, and that was what Baba called him. And Shama was the only devotee that called Baba Deva. For everything he said Deva this, Deva that, and that is the way he referred to Baba. When one reads the Satcharitra, one thinks that Shama was really very rude and spoke very badly to Baba. The incident of breaking the coconut on your head, if Mrs. Aurangabadkar would not have a baby at the end of the year, as Baba had promised, saying that he would give her a child. Here we see, although Shama spoke all these words saying that he would drive him out of the masjid if he didn't give a baby to that lady, Shama had utmost faith in Baba's word. He knew that if Baba said that she would get a child, she would get a child. His faith was unshakable. Although outwardly it looked like he was abusing Baba, he did use really very derogatory and deprecating words with Baba, but it didn't bother Baba one iota. Baba often sent his devotees to Shama and said, tell them something. The story of Sathe reading the Guru Charitra and being blessed is there, and Hemadpant saying, I have been reading the Guru Charitra for 40 years and I have not been blessed. So he says, get up and go to Shama. And when he goes to Shama, Shama says, take my 15 namaskars to Baba. Then he said, I have to sit and chat with you. That is what Baba said. So he tells them the story of Radhabai Deshmukh, in which that lady had come, the story is there in the Charitra, in which she had come to Shirdi and she wanted a mantra updesh from Baba. So she decides that she's going to fast until Baba gives her a mantra updesh. Baba tells her that my Guru never gave me a mantra, so how can I give it to you? I served my Guru for 12 long years. All I did was to be with him and look at him concentratedly. And he looked after all my needs. There was no dearth of clothing or food or anything with him. And just looking at him, I was in bliss. Just like a mother tortoise is on one side of the bank and her little ones are on the other side. The mother tortoise neither nurtures them nor feeds them. She just gives them loving glances. So, from this one learns that all we have to do is have one pointed concentration on Baba, nothing else. And he will look after us, not in this life, but every life that we are going to come. He also tells her about Saburi and Shraddha in the same story. Shama tells that Baba was with his Guru for 12 long years. He waited and waited for his Guru to give him some mantra updesh. He never ever did it. And that is Saburi. We have to wait with a cheerful mood, not just say, oh my God, I have to wait for this. And Shraddha was, Baba had one pointed concentration on his Guru. And the faith in his Guru was so strong that nothing else mattered in life. So this is one of the lessons that we can get from the story. Many times Baba would say, take Shama with you and it's as good as taking me. Like for Dikshit's in Dikshit's home, whenever there was a ceremony or something like that. The one that is most mind-boggling is the story of Balasaheb Mirkar, in which he has to go to Chittale. And before that, Baba warns him that he is going to be bitten by a snake who he calls Lamba Bahu. Then he says, take my Shama with you. In this incident, Shama goes with Balasaheb Mirkar, and then Balasaheb Mirkar thinks it's going to be inconvenient for you, so he says, you don't need to come. So Shama goes back to Baba and says, Baba, he said, don't take me. So Baba tells Shama, it's okay, we want the good of the man, but if he doesn't want to take you, it's okay. Then Balasaheb Mirkar changes his mind within a few minutes and says, I will take you. So then Shama again goes back to Baba and asks for permission to go. Although Baba had given him the permission in the beginning, saying, you go along with Balasaheb Mirkar. This is something that we can all inculcate in our lives. The things that we read from the Charitra, if we take it and it doesn't work out for the first time, it doesn't mean that we abandon it. We can keep on doing it, because Baba's words is the truth. There is nothing other than that. Once Shama was bitten by a snake, and it is the common practice to take the person to Viruba temple, where through incantations and mantras they bring down the venom. Shama, however, ran to Baba, and because to him that was Viruba, and Baba would take care of him. So that incident is given in the Charitra, where Baba says, get down, you Brahmin, get down. And Shama thinks that I've come to Baba and he's getting angry with me. However, it was Baba's word. And when he said, get down, he was addressing it to the poison rather than to Shama. Then he tells Shama, you will be okay, go back to your room and don't sleep. And he gives him instructions. And of course, Shama is healed of that snake bite. The other incident is where Shama thinks of Baba as Sapta Shringi Ma. His mother had taken a vow when he was very small. She had a ringworm on her breast, and she had vowed to give 2 silver breasts to Sapta Shringi Ma of Vani. However, when she was on her deathbed, she had not fulfilled her vow, so she tells Shama, you have to do it. So Shama makes the 2 breasts and brings them to Baba and gives them to him and says, you accept it. Baba says, no, you have to go to Sapta Shringi. There Baba had a reason for doing so, because he had to bring Kaka Ved with him. However, he tells Shama to go to Vani for that. I'm sorry. It's so funny, offering 2 breasts, silver breasts, huge breasts to Baba. The love that Baba had for Shama is so great that the story of the Ramdasi is a proof of it, in which he used to read this Vishnu Sahasranam every day in the morning. One day Baba lies saying he's got a stomachache and asks the Ramdasi to go and get Sonmukhi for him for his stomachache. And as soon as he leaves, Baba comes down from his seat, picks up the Vishnu Sahasranam, steals it and gives it to Shama. So Shama, of course, says, you have stolen it, you have lied to the man, and now you want to get me into trouble with him. He does not realize how much Baba wanted to give him to recite the Vishnu Sahasranam or to do Nam Jap constantly is the biggest seva or sadhana that you can do in your life. And because of this incident, so many of us devotees have learnt the Vishnu Sahasranam and do say the Vishnu Sahasranam every day. I, for one, learned it, writing it in English, so that I could say the words. That is how it has impacted my life. Baba did not give any money to Shama. Shama was a very orthodox person. However, he gave him baskets of fruit or boxes of fruit that came to him. He did not give him money as such. And every time he would say, when the topic of money came up, he would say, Shama, it is not for us. We have another path. We are on the spiritual path. Although Baba kept Shama in poverty, he told Shama, I know you for 72 generations. That Rinanabandh is so great, and to no other devotee has he ever said this. Shama, though poor, would feed all the devotees that Baba sent to him. For one, Baba kept him poor. On top of that, he sent all the devotees to go and have lunch in his home, which was unfair, I think. The other thing was that Baba, though he did not give him money, he would give him books. The Vishnu Sahasranam, as I said, is one example of it. But any book that a person bought, he would say, Shama, keep it in our collection. And thus Shama had these spiritual books to read, which he did read and reread. So for him, he was growing spiritually with all the gifts that Baba gave him in the spiritual path. The other thing that Baba did for him was, at one time he gave him Divya Drishti. Shama asked Baba, he said, is the Ramayana true? So Baba said, yes. So he said, were you there? And first he said, how did all these monkeys that were there, that the Vanar Sena, where did they sleep at night? So Baba says they became very small like ants and climbed up on the trees and slept there. They clung to the trees and they slept. So he said, were you there? Did you see it? He said, yes, Shama, I saw it. It is true. It happened. So he said, Shama says, when I met you, even your mustache and beard hadn't come out. Then how could you have seen the Ramayana? The unfortunate part of Shama was that he did not realize Baba as almighty, everlasting, omnipresent, omniscient. All these things he did not realize. He was like more of a friend to Baba, and he spoke like a friend, and he got angry with Baba and things like that. In this on the occasion that Baba gave him Divya Drishti, Shama asks him to show him the three lokas, Vishnu Lok, Brahma Lok, and Indra Lok. He asks him, is it true? So he says yes. So he said, I want to see it. So he says, Shama, it's not for us. It is their opulence. We have nothing to do with that opulence. Yet Shama insists. And then he says, okay, close your eyes and now open. And then he sees these beautiful gold and diamond-studded thrones and things. So he says, what is this? So he says, this is Indralok. Then he says, okay, now close your eyes again and open. Then again, there is another palace full up of all these golden articles and seats and thrones and vessels and everything. He says, what is this? So he says, it is Brahma Lok, and thus he shows him the three loks. And then after that, he closes his eyes and makes him close his eyes, and the Divya Drishti goes away. Shama was so in layer with Baba that when he slept, he would say, Sainath Maharaj, Sainath Baba. And if he was snoring, one could hear it in the next room also. And this is written in Khapade's diary. That means, to me, there was not a single second that Shama did not think of Baba. From there, for me, it is important to keep chanting as much as I can of Baba's name, chant Baba's name, and remember him at all times. When I eat, when I drink, when I sleep, even before going to sleep, it would be nice to keep chanting Baba's name. Normally, Baba used to eat onions. He loved onions, and he had a special way of crushing the onions and eating them. And he ate them all the time. Once a devotee came to Baba and saw him eating it and was really upset about it. So Baba tells him that only that person who can digest the onions and doesn't have effect on your indriyas should eat the onions. Another devotee came to Baba and said, Baba, can we eat onions on Ekadashi? So Baba says no to him. So the devotee says to Baba, but Baba, it grows underground. It's like kandamul, like sweet potatoes or potatoes, which we are asked to eat. The Shastra says, eat those things. So why can't we eat an onion? So then Baba says, okay, eat the onion. Shama pipes in and says, Baba, you say no, and now you're saying yes. We are ignorant, so we are asking you this question. Now, should one eat or not eat onions? Give us a definite answer. So Baba says, Shama, the effect of the onions are so great on people, the indriyas. So that is why it is forbidden. He who can handle it can eat it. But the Shastras say that so that on that particular day, your indriyas are all in control. So don't eat onions. So then here Shama gets an answer, equivalent answer, whether he should eat onions or not. After Baba's Mahasamadhi, Shama repented for the words that he used. So whenever the older devotees would come to Shirdi, he would go to them and say, oh my God, the whole world would come to Baba and roll in the dust of his feet. And here I was, who was with Baba from morning to night, and yet I spoke to him in such bad words. I used really derogatory speech, and I told him all kinds of things. I told him that I was the one who made him God. Otherwise, he's a begging fakir, and who begs for alms and fills his belly. And here, I'm the one that did this thing. So I really repented. I did not realize that I had God right there with me, and that he would cry, literally cry with sorrow. There is one incident in which I would like to tell you about, is when Shama had a very bad eye infection. For 4 days his eyes were swollen, they were red and they were watering incessantly. And at the end of 4 days, Shama can't bear the pain. It is so unbearable that he comes to Baba. And Baba says to Shama, Shama, is everything all right with you? So that infuriates Shama much more. He says, Deva, you're blind and you're deaf also. I've been coming around all these days with this swollen eye and my eye is watering and I'm crying in pain, and you don't say a thing to me. So You are the guy who heals the whole of humanity. And here I'm right there at your feet, and you don't even look at me and give me something for my ailment. So Baba says, oh, come on, Shama, don't do that. Take 7 peppercorns, boil the water, and put the water in your eye, and you'll be okay tomorrow. So Shama says, yeah, what kind of Vedgiri is this? You want me to put peppercorn into my eye and it's going to burst. So this is a prescription for bursting of my eye. You are a great God. Where did you learn this Vedgiri from? Then Baba says, Shama, what karo nakos ja, go do this. Don't just keep talking, do that, and by tomorrow your eyes will be crystal clear. Shama does go home and follows the prescription, and immediately his eyes are crystal clear. So this is the faith and the love that these two had for each other. It is love beyond measure and faith beyond anything. Shama waited only for Baba's word. If Baba said to the venom, come down, it would come down. If Baba said, put Miri in your eyes, he was sure that he would be taken care of. And that is something that all of us can. Baba's here for us in this life and for every life. So just trust him.